Hi everyone, here's the Bookchemist once again. Have you heard Michael Chabon's latest novel Moonglow has been nominated for the National Book Critics Circle Award? I believe the winner will be announced on the 17th of March. And as far as book awards are worth, that's one of the ones I try to keep an eye on. In my experience in the past, it went to books that actually deserved an award, and I hope Moonglow wins it. I mean, I love that book. It was one of my favorite books from 2016. Today I'm going to discuss another one of Chabon's books, one of his non-fiction books, Manhood for Amateurs. The book's subtitle is The Pleasures and Regrets, yes, of a husband, father and son, which means pretty much everything, because this book is about pretty much everything and anything. It's a collection of essays/articles that I'm not even sure previously appeared elsewhere and that deal with the most various topics. Usually the base for all of these essays is like a particular accident that happened to Chabon, or a specific or peculiar detail of his family or of his past or of his biography, and starting from that element, from that snippet of narrative, he develops a reflection on a specific topic. Might be a topic in popular culture, it might be a topic in the idea of fandom, it might be about baseball and doping in baseball, it might be about father-son relationships. It talks about so much stuff. Manhood for Amateurs is not a long book at all, and each of its articles is never longer than a few pages, but it feels like a very long read, because again, it deals with so much stuff, and each of these topics is eviscerated and discussed and explored very thoroughly by Chabon. And you get the full Chabon treatment on stuff such as crop entertainment today, and the state of children's movies today, or the nature of fatherhood as opposed to motherhood, or the hypocrisy in today's world when we don't call Christmas Christmas in order not to offend people from other religions. And Chabon is Jewish himself, of course. And all of these topics are explored again very thoroughly, but you never get the impression that Chabon has his own head up his ass. Most notably because on the one hand he is very, he uses some irony also when he deals with the heaviest of topics, and he's always very self-ironical and never takes himself too seriously, except for maybe one or two paragraphs at a time. And also because all of these reflections are always anchored to a specific snippet of narrative again, so that you, even when you get the most abstract reflection on the dynamics of male affection, you're always actually reading a story of some sorts. That's what makes Chabon such a good fiction writer, and it shines also in his non-fiction. Being a book about so much stuff and so many different topics, some chapters inevitably will interest you more than others. I, for instance, maybe do not care that incredibly much about, teaching your kids about drugs yet, but maybe I care a lot about the nature of fandom, or the nature of popular culture as a common ground for nerds and nerdy adolescents. But in general, it's the kind of book that it's such good food for thought that while you're reading it, you want to discuss it with other people, you want to talk about that one friend of yours who's a fan of baseball about this one article on baseball, you want to talk about that other friend about these other things Chabon said. It's great food for thought again. Do I recommend Manhood for Amateurs? I do, absolutely, but because of this reason, because of the fact that it is so, it deals with so much stuff, I think it is mainly a book for Chabon fans. For people who are interested in his fiction and like his fiction and want to know about his point of view on other things. In that sense, it's quite different from Maps and Legends, Michael Chabon's other non-fiction book, a collection of essays, again, on so many different topics, from the difference between genre and so-called literary fiction, if there's any, Norse mythology, it's about comic books, there's essays in here about utopian American cities of the 1960s, again, so much different stuff. But here, this one is a perfect example, in my opinion, of popular literary criticism. Popular as in accessible to everyone, non-academic, not the kind of stuff that only professionally trained readers are supposed to understand. The chapters about literature in here, there's chapters on Cormac McCarthy, on M.R. James, on Philip Pullman, on Conan Doyle's Sherlock Holmes stories and novels are all brilliant, and if all literary criticism was like this, people would read much more literary criticism. Instead, no one kinda gives a shit nowadays. That's a pity. They are quite different books, and it's not like one is better than the others. Maps and Legends is more of a canonical book of essays. Manhood for Amateurs is more of a biography/memoir, where every specific memory is tied and used to explore a specific topic in, again, whatever, popular culture, sports, manhood, whatever. Manhood for Amateurs. It's a great book. If you're interested in Chabon's fiction, if you're a fan of his, do read it. It's a hell of a ride, and again, you'll want to discuss it with friends and talk about it for a long time after you've read it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Let me know if you like these books, and if you don't know them, read Maps and Legends. Maps and Legends is a must-read for everyone who likes reading. Thank you once again for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.